Facebook Live page from Ashraf Ghani, the former now president of Afghanistan. Let's just take you through what he had to say. He was talking for what, maybe 10 minutes, I guess, just a little over 10 minutes. A very, very personal address to the people of Afghanistan, the broader region, the international community, talking about just that immediate time, that period of time when he decided to leave the country. He said events took place very fast. My purpose had been to pave the way for a transition. As of since Sunday, working on order for Kabul, his security people advised him to get away. If he'd stayed, he would have witnessed bloodshed in Kabul. The people of Kabul have witnessed bloodshed because there has been bloodshed in Kabul, the city, of course. He didn't say that, that's me saying that, and in the province of Kabul as well. He said he was forced to leave. What took place before was going to happen again, he said, referring to the events of, I guess, the 1980s, the 1990s, up to the point when the Taliban were banished. Many details need to be provided. I guess he's teasing us a little bit there. He said he had to leave his main assets and confidential documents. He described the process going on around him now as personality assassination. He said it's baseless. He said he thanked the defense forces. Political leadership of the Taliban and the political leadership of Afghanistan failed the people of Afghanistan. Listening to all of that for us, as ever, was our diplomatic editor, James Bays. James, no message to the people of Afghanistan, no reading or no kind of descriptive language, as if he seems to understand or not the enormity of what's happening.
Just his justification for why he left and why he fled Afghanistan. He actually said there, I didn't flee Afghanistan, but everyone is aware that's exactly what happened. Also trying to justify how he left, because remember, there have been numerous allegations that he left with suitcases full of cash. In fact, the Afghan embassy in Tajikistan, as they were taking down his picture in the embassy, were demanding Interpol arrest him. There have been demands also. The Russian special advisor on Afghanistan has said recently, Ambassador Karbalov, that perhaps the Afghan people should put Ashraf Ghani on trial. And I think he's trying to defend himself. He said certainly that he only went because he was forced by his security officials. And then he claimed that as soon as he'd left, people actually came to the presidential palace looking for him. There's nothing that we can find, I think, at this stage to support that claim. Certainly we understand that he left with two close officials, with Hamdullah Mohib, who was his national security advisor, and Faisal Faisali, who was the director of administrative affairs in the presidential palace. Two people very close to Hamid Karzai. But Peter, it's worth telling you that most of the others in the government, close to Ashraf Ghani, it's worth telling you that most of the others in the presidential palace and among the cabinet are really despising the former president now. And it was, I think, pretty true even a couple of weeks ago. As you know, I was in Kabul a couple of weeks ago. I spent a little bit of time in the presidential palace. I spoke to senior members of the Ghani government, to former ministers as well, and there wasn't really much of a good word to be said about Ashraf Ghani, and clearly the way he's held in Afghanistan has got worse since the way he departed Afghanistan. He, of course, denying that he took suitcases of cash, saying he just took his shalwar kameez, his traditional Afghan robes and Afghan shirt, and left Kabul. He's turned up, we believe, in the United Arab Emirates, we think in Dubai. Will we hear anything more from Ashraf Ghani? I think it seems very unlikely, despite he says there'll be another episode, that he's going to play any important role in the future of Afghanistan now.
Is he also slightly misinterpreting the events that took place over the past, particularly the last week, James, maybe the last 2 weeks, when he said what happened should have led to an end to the war? Because whilst, yes, it was